This is my quick walkthrough for the ruined castle effect here. So use a solder iron basically to carve in all these stones. So it goes really quick, and I'll show you that at the table in just a second on how to do it. But the best part is you can make a lot of terrain really fast, so you don't have to spend time jerking around with making stones. You just buy XPS foam, or you can use foam board, whatever you want to do, as long as you can melt that foam and just carve in your whatever pattern you want. So this is, what is this? This is MDF base with a sheet of thin foam board on top. You know, rip the paper off and just start drawing lines with your solder iron. Same thing here with these stone pillars. Just cut your rectangular pillar, and then use the solder iron to make damage and stonework on a base. Piece of cake. Takes minutes. And then, you know, you want to Mod Podge this. I add black paint to my Mod Podge to protect the foam, and you need to do that so that you can then spray paint it and get all the nooks and crannies black, and then just work it up the grays. Don't just use straight gray. You want to use a little bit of tan and browns in there, because stone isn't just gray. And kitty litter for the edges, or whatever kind of rocks you got, and just go bonkers. I think I would have done a little better planning. Like this isn't really the best layout here. Alright, let's do this here now. I'm going to show you how to make the blocks real easy using XPS foam, and got my hot iron, or my soldering iron. You can probably get these for 20-30 bucks, pretty cheap. You just want to have a sharp tip. The sharp tip will help you get the fine lines, and mine's adjustable. I'm just going to bring it down to, let's say, 450 degrees is probably a good starting point. But you really need 400 to 500 degrees probably. If you go over that, you're really going to burn the hell out of this. So anyways, flat edge always helps. What I just do is create my stonework by putting my ruler down and just boom, make a nice line. Come down a little bit. I just eyeball this. There's no need to be precise on this because it's supposed to look like a ruined castle anyways. Or you could take your time if you want to be like that. Let's see, let's split the difference on the last one. Okay, now you got your rows. Very simply, then you can just come and just eyeball this to make your bricks. Just come straight across and then split the difference on the next row. I don't know if you can see this. Piece of cake, man. You can cruise through bricks real easy this way. Okay, and then if you want to create damage, just do that. Boom. Look at that. Piece of cake. You can do little cracks. Okay, make just cracks wherever you want. Bring the edges in to make it look damaged. Push it around a bit. Put tin foil on it if you want to make real big texture. And within seconds you have a wall that you can just mod. Well, now you got to Mod Podge this. Okay, and then you're good to go. Okay, the other trick with this too is if you're making, let's say you're doing sci-fi terrain and you want to make metal plates or decking. Let's see here, let's make the decking this way. I'll just use the ruler as a guide. Okay, so those are my plates. And you just put rivets. Boom, you got instant rivets. You don't have to worry about making anything vertical or three-dimensional, because you're already kind of doing that. If you want to do 4 bolt rivets, that's cool too. I do that sometimes for the big plates. If you want to make a triangle rivet, do that. Does that make sense? Okay, or if you're doing, you know, like I said, if you're just doing concrete, it's great for making damage. Just try not to breathe the fumes in. Have a fan nearby blowing and some ventilation. This stuff isn't really great for melting purposes, but if you blow it away, you're fine. All right, and don't burn yourself on the iron, okay? Okay, so then if you want to create slopes that your models can climb up without falling off, you just put little pins in the foam. It blends right in, you can barely see it, but if you have a hollow base, it just kind of like grips on there. So you can create ramps otherwise that are maybe too steep, but you have pins on here so they can climb up. Okay, that's the last trick I got. Okay, the arches, they don't have to be perfect. You can just create a template. You can usually get a template online, just make something on PowerPoint or whatever and cut it out with some stencil and make your own arches, and then cut the foam out around it and use the solder iron to work in your stonework. Okay.